What's going on, everybody? You are now tuned in to the Triple M podcast, your source for all y'all boxing needs. And we're again blessed with another crazy fight this weekend, man. I'm actually extremely pumped for this because these two fighters are going to be crazy. But before we get into that, there's some unofficial announcements happening right now. Stefan, you lead it, man.
Ryan Garcia calling out Errol Spence. He said he doesn't care about the weight. He's on 154 because obviously, as you know, Spence can't make 147 anymore. But hey, in a video, I don't know if you watched the video, but it was Ryan Garcia quote unquote confirming their fight on August 10th. And guess who was it? Actually, guess who was the one that confirmed the date in the background in that video? It was Derek James. So I'll let you go, man. What do you think about this quote unquote announcement that Ryan is making?
I think it's going to be a great fight, but first and foremost, Spence, go pay Derek James, man. Come on, man. I'm just kidding. I don't know what happened in that, but like that was my first thought in my mind because I started seeing like Ryan Garcia tweet,
that's exactly
"Hey, Derek James, ho!" I'm like, damn, this guy's crazy, right? But I think that's going to be like a really, really good fight between those two guys, right? But we'll break it down more. But what are your initial thoughts on this?
It's at first, man. Ryan is on cloud nine, as you know, with everything that's going on with this positive test, with him beating Haney. In my opinion, almost knocking out Haney. He's on cloud nine. He's calling everyone. He called out Fundora, called out Boots, called out. Now he's calling out Spence and quote unquote announcing a fight on August 10th. All I can say is, man, Ryan is free to do whatever he wants. He doesn't have a belt to defend. He said he's moving up anyways, either 147. Obviously, 154 is plausible because he doesn't have to lose that much weight. To be honest, this fight kind of actually makes sense. The reason why is because who is Ryan going to fight at 147? Boots is busy. Crawford already moved up, actually. He's not going to go down anymore. Who else is at 147? A Barrios. You know what I mean? A Connor Ben, maybe, but hey, why not call on Errol Spence? Number one, there's this feud which they can sell this fight. Derek James and Errol Spence, that feud going on. Obviously, you can sell this fight just saying, hey, you know, Errol Spence is going to be on the other side, on the other end. And number two, Errol Spence is still a big pay-per-view guy because he lost to Crawford doesn't mean he lost his star power. I mean, he kind of did, but he was still put seats on that the arena. And if they're claiming it's in Dallas Cowboy in Arlington, Texas, like the Dallas Cowboy Stadium, that will sell because again, Errol Spence did about 40,000 seats in his fight, and now against a star in Ryan Garcia. As you know, Ryan Garcia's following is big. He now lives in Dallas, trains with Derek James. So I think, to be honest, this fight kind of makes sense to make it at 154. It's a good, quote-unquote, comeback fight for Spence after that knockout loss. And Ryan's on cloud nine. This guy will fight anyone. So I think it just makes sense business-wise, too.
I agree, man. That fight will sell out. That's for sure. Those two together in one room.
Yeah.
That's going to be crazy.
Just from the build-up itself, man. I don't know. Spence said he doesn't take tune-ups, man, but all we know in this business, if it makes money, man, it makes sense. And I really, really think that'll make sense business-wise.
I agree. And you know what else makes sense?
This main event.
The main event.
This fight this weekend.
Yes, sir. That's the one, man. George Kambosos Jr. versus Vasily Lomachenko. That's going to be a crazy, crazy fight. That does make sense. And I'm honestly pumped for it, man. Let's break down this fight.
Let's go.
Kambosos Lomachenko. Let's start with George Kambosos. What's his keys to victory?
Keys to victory for me, I think it's his pressure. Loma, his last few fights, he's been fighting bigger guys. Kambosos too, actually. But now that he is back in Australia, I feel like he needs to put on the pressure against Lomachenko because I don't know if that face off. I think Kambosos is slightly bigger than Lomachenko. He can't let Loma dance around all night because Loma will do that all day. So I think Kambosos just needs to stick to the pressure, throw the volume, and make Loma uncomfortable, like kind of what Haney did. Although it was really close to that fight, but Haney got the victory, right? So just put on the pressure, make Loma think, don't make him dance around you. It's kind of bully him inside, and make him try to box and be defensive. But what do you think?
I think there's two things to this that George needs to really do, and this is my opinion. Number one, use his speed.
Oh yeah,
that's a big thing, right? Use his speed to his advantage, maintain distance, all that fun stuff. Avoid getting trapped. Just do not get trapped in the corners because he can, and Lomachenko will dance around you and push you in the corners, right? The second thing, this is really big as well. He needs to manage the pace throughout the whole fight. He has to control the dance. If he can do those two, I honestly think he'll take Lomachenko out. If he can do those two.
The thing is, Kambosos has sneaky power. We all saw that against Teofimo. That overhand, if it lands, it can hurt you. He actually hurt Devin Haney in that fight too. So Kambosos does have power. And you got to think about this. Teofimo and Devin Haney, they're both bigger guys than Kambosos. Teofimo is probably a natural 147, maybe 147 pounder. Devin Haney, we all know this. And he was able to knock down Teo and kind of hurt Haney. So I think that sneaky power, if it lands on Loma, might have an effect. We don't know. But if that's a question to ask. If it does land, what will happen, right? So that's something that Loma got to watch for. But if Kambosos is able to land that on a consistent basis, that will put Loma on the defensive, and I think that's where he wins, or that's how he wins this fight.
I agree with you there. Now, how about Loma? What's his keys to victory?
I'll start, man. Loma just got to be Loma. I feel like with his experience and his experience in the ring and all the wars that he's been on, I think he should be able to just box Kambosos. But the thing is, too, this is a double-edged sword because I told, like I said earlier, they both are used to fighting bigger guys. Kambosos is not that much bigger than Loma, so he should be able to match that size and be able to, he should be able to actually match that power as well. So it'll be a little. That's why I think it's gonna be a war because Kambosos comes to fight. Loma is there to get hit, but he's also there to hit. So I feel like it's gonna be a good fight. Loma needs to stay in his pace, dance around. Loma needs to stay active. He should try to push Kambosos too. That's why I think it's going to be a good fight because they're both trying to come forward. And I just can't wait for a good fight because I know it's going to be fireworks come Saturday night or Sunday morning.
Yeah, it's weird. I thought it was Saturday. Then I looked at the time again. I'm like, damn, Sunday?
No, it's Sunday there, but it's Saturday night here, which is good. Unlike freaking. What's his name? Inoue doing it at 5 a.m. here, but hey, he packs 50,000 people in one stadium. I can't complain.
Exactly. He's calling the shots, man. But yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you there, man. Like just with Loma, he just has to use his footwork, catch Kambosos off timing and all that stuff. And the big thing, in my opinion, that he needs to do, work the body, man. Work Kambosos' body early. That'll slow him down big time.
Yeah,
just make him like a really easy target. Make him, you can just dance on him, and he'll literally do whatever he wants in the later rounds. Right now, as far as how the fight will go, how do you think the whole fight will go down?
This is a tough one, man, because I have one question that will probably get answered in this fight, and that's if Loma still has it.
He's getting old.
He's getting up there. And as you know, father time catches up to you. Loma has been through wars. Yes, he only has 18 to 20 pro fights, but this guy has over 400. amateur fights. So he's been around. He's been through wars, and that's one question that's going to be answered come Sunday afternoon, Saturday night. Is Loma still Loma, or is he just a shell of himself? Because number one, we got to realize he's traveling all the way to Australia. Yes, he is the champion. Or no, they're battling for the vacant. They're battling for the vacant belt. So he's traveling all the way to Australia to fight an Australian that's been on a winning streak. His only loss was to Devin Haney, arguably the best at that weight class. So it's there's going to be a lot of pressure in Lomachenko. So how I see that fight goes, though, I see it being really close. You know, round per round, I feel like Loma will use his angles to avoid the power of Kambosos. Uses angles, uses footwork, uses boxing, uses boxing skills to actually outwork Kambosos. But I feel like Kambosos' heart, every time he does feel like he's getting outboxed, I feel like Kambosos will just go forward and just give it to him, but not make it a boxing match, but make it an actual dogfight. And I see that happening through rounds 1 and 10. First couple of rounds are probably going to be a little technical, a little bit feeling out. But either I see either Loma in the early rounds just winning the rounds by just boxing, then Kambosos is going to adjust and just make it a dogfight, or Kambosos is going to make it a dogfight right from the start and then Loma adjusting to that. So either that, but I see that happening through rounds 1 and 12. And at the end, man, it's really tough. I'm really rooting for Kambosos. My heart is telling me Kambosos is going to win, but my mind is saying logically, if Loma still is Loma, I see him winning in a close decision and winning the IBF belt. What do you think?
I'll agree with you with how the fight will go down. That's for sure. Like eventually it's going to get to the point where it is a dogfight, because we've seen Kambosos get hurt before. And what does he do? Bro, he's still marching forward.
Up and goes, yeah.
As soon as he tastes a little bit of adversity, he's still pushing forward. And in my head, I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah.
This guy's a warrior.
That's what makes it deadly.
Yeah. So, like, the whole fight, really high-paced from start to finish. But I'm giving the slight edge to George Kambosos. I honestly think he wants it more, in my opinion.
That's a good point.
Right? So it's going to be a battle of whoever wants it more. And for this fight, this weekend, my winner, in my opinion, is going to be Kambosos.
Man, that's good. That's good, because this is, again, for the vacant belt. A lot is on the line, like I said. Loma, there's a lot of questions to be asked and to be answered. But same with Kambosos. Actually, I just talked about Loma, but Kambosos here, he's fighting back home. The last time he fought in Australia twice, we all know what happened. He lost to Devin Haney. So there's a lot on his plate too, and he's feeling the pressure. And with these fighters, man, that's where they thrive. They thrive under pressure. Both Kambosos and Lomachenko. That's why this fight, I think, is really going to be a sleeper fight. Because, with this boxing schedule, people are just not really worried about this much, because we got Inoue, we were supposed to get Bivol, we just got Ryan Garcia, we got Fury, you know what I mean? So I feel like this will be a sleeper because it just for the pressure for both fighters, that itself will make it a dogfight. And I think fans are going to be the winner on this one.
You're 100% right there, man. And what about that face-off yesterday? Bro, I was tripping. They were staring at each other for a long-ass time. I was watching that live. I was like, who's going to back away first?
It was like 4 minutes, man. And I watched it on YouTube, too. I was like, what the hell am I doing? I'm just watching them for 4 minutes, yo. I was like, bro, okay, that's exactly what I've been saying, though. That's the pressure. In both of their eyes, they're like, bro, I can't, even just the face-off, I can't lose. None of them, right? Neither of them want to lose that face-off. That's why it took 4 minutes, because none of them want to look like, I don't want to, he didn't want to, Loma didn't want to look away first. Neither the freaking Kambosos, that's why it took forever. But that just says a lot, and I just can't wait for the freaking. I think tomorrow. The weigh-in's gonna be tomorrow. I just can't wait for the weigh-in and see probably a 10-minute face-off, man.
They're probably gonna cut it short and be like, "Hey guys, no more. End this now."
Or they probably won't even have a face-off. But I mean, it's a weigh-in. They should.
They should, exactly. They face off, man. Exactly, man. So let us know what you guys think, man. Do you think Loma's gonna take it tomorrow? Well, not tomorrow. This weekend. Do you think Kambosos gonna take it? Let us know in the comment section below, man. I know you guys all had a lot to say in the last one, but keep it coming. Good, bad, ugly, doesn't matter, man. And until next time, guys, we are the opposite of in, which